So Beyond Classroom, season 14, it is all about increasing your productivity using the volatility tools and games and softwares. And today we will be understanding the concepts of human life value and goal-based planning. It is all about, it's a composite thing. And there is a very, very special volatility coach of our fraternity, none other than Alpa Shah. She is a very, very charming personality from the city of Mumbai, connected with so many celebrities, and she's authored books, and she is also a Rotarian, a very, very active Rotary members, and also working on certain NGOs, and she's running some of them very, very nicely. And a lot of people, very, very famous celebrities are also attached with her. And so again, I think this is something, today's topic is something like a way of life for her. She is doing this on while she is just moving also. So let's see how she is doing that. And it will be interesting to learn from her. So looking forward to learn from you, Alpa. Over to you.
So one of the celebrities just in front of me whom I know, and that's Kanak. Thank you very much, Kanak, for inviting me here. And the kind of work which you are doing through volatility coach games, tools, and all the financial literacy is commendable. And I must start with the note that I use most of the tools. The presentation which I'm going to do today is also from the volatility coach. As a coach, I'm going to use that particular PPT, which is created by Kanak and team. And I think kudos and congratulations, the way you are helping the distribution community, financial advisory community is really, really commendable. So once again, thank you all so much. A quick formal introduction, of course, it's very important for all of us to know that whom you all are going to listen to for another 45 minutes or so. So my name is Alpa Shah, and I'm a social entrepreneur, author, and finance professional. And I worked for Tata Group and State Bank of India Group for close to 23 years. And then I started my own venture, which is Empower Education, and wherein I conduct a lot of investor awareness programs, women empowerment programs, and financial literacy is something which is very dear to my heart, and I'm passionately doing that. I have written 2 books. The first book is dedicated to women investors, which is called Every Women Should Invest. And the other book is on my journey, entrepreneurship journey, which is The Successful Business Women. As Kanak mentioned, I'm a very active Rotarian, so I'm a charter president for Rotary Club of Mumbai Inspire. And in a way, I've created legacy for myself without spending a single rupee. And the last thing is I run an NGO, which is called Freedom Foundation, wherein I do a lot of empowerment and educative handholding execution sessions for the lower strata income group people. So I personally feel that those who are not that educated or less fortunate than all of us, it's our duty and responsibility to handhold them, because they also should lead a very beautiful life with the help of money. So once again, thank you all so much for inviting me here, and I'll try and do some justice in whatever little knowledge I can share today in front of you. So the topic is goal-based financial planning and tax planning, and few other things also we will learn today. But before that, I would quickly like to ask all the participants if you all can write like just 1 or 2 things or 1 or 2 words. What exactly is your expectation from today's session? Because most of us know quite a few things, right? So what exactly is in your mind today? What is that 1 or 2 things which you really want to learn today? So that I will try to 100%, I will try to make sure that I explain you that, I teach you that, and whatever best I can do from my side, I would love to do that. So Can somebody write what exactly is your expectations? Are you all allowed to chat? Are you all allowed to write? Yes, no? I want a little bit of engage.
Then
Yes,
chat,
how
they can
to, yes,
unmute
yes,
themselves
yeah.
also. And
Super.
they
So
can
Sudhit
chat.
is saying how to better understand investor behavior. So investor psychology. Wow. Okay. Padmaja is saying goal-based goal planning ideas. So I'm sure going to discuss that. Anybody else? Come on quickly. All right. How many of you all have already used one or two tools from Volatility desk board? Anybody? SIP calculator, human life value calculator, goal-based financial planning. All right. So we will all learn these tools also at the end of my session. But before that, better investments. Yes, Ajay, definitely we will discuss that. All right, Rajiv, thank you. Thank you so much for you are already making the best use of all the tools created by Volatility coaches. Okay. So now let me start with the formal presentation, and then if you all have any questions, any doubts, please feel free, more than happy to answer them at the end of the session. So kaun banega karodpati? First and foremost, I always tell all my distributor friends that you have to definitely not sell one or two products, but you have to understand the entire philosophy, psychology, why they want to invest, what is best for them. So rather than selling products, we always emphasize a lot on solutions. So first and foremost, you have to understand the needs of that particular family, not just the investor or the person whom you are dealing with. So why we all should do goal-based financial planning is not just that we want them to become, we just don't want them to become a karodpati. But obviously there are various other things which is so critical and important. There is something called 30-30 challenge. We all work for 30 years. We are productive. We are young. And then there are another 30 years of our retirement wherein we will need lots and lots of money because of inflation, standard of living, and there are various reasons, right? So 30-30 challenge is something which you all will definitely have to explain your clients that why they should take that thing very seriously. Women live longer than men and they are usually younger than their husbands. So all the more women need more need of financial planning, understanding of investments, taking charge of their money. So your duty is to also involve women investors on board. Inflation, we all know how it really affects our money and the future goals. Today's 100 rupees, next year it looks like 95, and 10th year it will give you a purchasing power of hardly 40 rupees or so. So inflation also becomes a very, very important factor when you are when you are explaining them why, where, what, how they should invest. Of course, their dreams and goals, which we all know. So these are certain slides, certain lifestyle inflation, which we all know. It's not 7, 8, 10%, but much beyond than that. So the lifestyle inflation and the normal inflation, you'll have to definitely explain them separately and make them realize that you have to decide which particular dream or goal you want to achieve with the help of that particular investment. This is a very beautiful slide, which I would love to surely explain you. So if your income is 150 rupees, tax, if you're in the highest bracket, it's 50 rupees. So disposable income in your hand is 100. But further than that, there is of course GST and so many other things, right? Which you'll have to consider. So disposable income, then again GST if you add, then the real income in your hand is 84. So you have to explain the implication of the gross income and real income, and then you'll have to definitely design inflation adjusted future rate of returns and future needs of them, considering what they have to do today so that they can achieve their dreams and goals. So the entire presentation today is going to, we are going to discuss about dreams and goals. So all these things becomes very, very important when you explain your clients. Before I go on power of compounding, there are a few other things which I would like to highlight here. So dreams and goals, lifestyle inflation, inflation, 30-30 challenge, women must take charge of the finances. There are some ratios wherein I would like to explain you that how much to invest and like where to invest. Even these two questions are extremely important. So how much to invest? There is not a very clear-cut formula, but simple way if I explain you, 50-30-20 rule everyone knows. You can surely explain that either that way or 30-30, 40-50 and 50-100. Even that ratio is very good. So let me explain you the difference between these two. So 30-30, 40-50 and 50-100 is one number is age and one number is percentage. So when you're 30 years old, you should try to invest 30% of what you earn. When you're 40 years old, you can try and invest 50% of what you earn. And when you're 50 years old, you can invest 100% because of the previous 20 years in a very disciplined way, long-term way, process-driven approach if you have. And if you really take proper advice of your distributor, financial advisor, then you are surely going to generate passive income. And nowadays, active passive is a very, very big discussion and topic, right? So when you generate passive income, obviously you can save your entire salary at least for 10, 15 years before you retire. Imagine how super duper rich you will retire. So certain formulas, certain easy kind of tools or things when you show or when you explain, it becomes really, really easy for your investor to get convinced, and they will surely do the way you are advising them. So the another ratio which we were discussing was 50-30-20, and which is very common ratio. Everyone knows about it, but still I will explain you here that 50% of what you earn, you can spend on your needs, 30% on your wants, and 20% at any point of time, you must invest for your future financial planning. So this is how certain ratios you can explain, and then with inflation adjusted, with real rate of returns, and the kind of net in your hand which you get your money, you have to plan the portfolio or design the entire investments for your client. Well, power of compounding is the eighth wonder of the world, and everyone knows about it. So this is a very beautiful slide wherein rupees 1 invested on a day, and money, if it doubles every day, then what is the value on the 31st day, which is after 1 month? Can anybody guess? Please use the chat box. Can anybody guess? 1 rupee invested on a day and money doubles every day. What is the value of investment on 31st day? Oh my God. 29th day, 30th day. Can anybody write in the chat box what is the amount on 31st day because of compounding? Come on. So who wrote 110 crore? Amit Rathi. You're quite close. Excellent, and a very big clap for Amit. Yes, absolutely right. Almost 107 crores. So Amit, your concept of compounding is so very clear, and I'm really happy to know that. So the one who's very clear in fundamentals and few important things when you design the portfolio for your client, it becomes very easy for you to convince yourself and then convince your client also. All right. So I'm liking the way you all are active, you all are engaging with me. because in online sessions, it becomes really difficult at times. And I really appreciate when you are using the chat box or when you're asking me question or writing anything. It will be really nice for a trainer or a speaker, because then you feel that, wow, it's both ways and people are really responding and understanding what we are trying to teach them. All right, so pay yourself first. What does this mean? So always remember, we all are entrepreneurs, and at times we have no idea that how the cash flow management is going to take place in our life. Most of the times what we do is we pay to our employees, we pay to our vendors, we pay our fixed cost, variable costs, we do our household expenditure, and whatever is left over, we may plow it back to our business. But that's not the correct thing. You must draw salary for yourself, even if you are the owner of the business. And then you must invest that money also, like how you're investing your client's money. Always remember, you have to keep your personal wealth separately than your business wealth. Walk the talk the walk. Whatever we are teaching to our clients is applicable to us as well. We already discussed about active and passive funds, returns. So obviously when you are employed, you get active returns, the money. When you're self-employed, when do you get passive fund? The returns on your investment is the best passive fund, which according to me really helps all of us. So the ratios which I taught you now, I think you can correlate for sure, right? 30-30, 40-50, and 50-100. The same thing, the result over here is shown that the passive income is generated if you follow such formulas in a simple way in your life for long term and consistently. It really helps. This is the pyramid, financial planning pyramid, and the presentation which you are seeing, the beautiful slides, everything is available in the dashboard of our volatility game. And the presentation which I'm using here or showing you is also available for you all to do if in case you wish to do to your clients. So most of the presentations are there. We must utilize them, and we must definitely explain in our own capacity to the clients the way we want to. But the only what I'm trying to tell you here is that everything is available. It's just that we have to utilize that to the best of our requirement, and it will give you good results for sure. So this is the pyramid, which I loved it. And the slide is so beautifully explained. You must definitely do your tax planning properly. And if you see here, there are 3 layers: protection, accumulation, and distribution. Well, whenever I talk to my clients, I talk about 5 things rather. So one, we all work hard to earn a lot of money, right? Second, we work very hard to spend that money also. We are always busy spending that money, where to spend, what deals, where to go. Third, then we invest or we save. Most of the time, we don't even have the difference. We don't even know the difference between savings and investing. So that kind of a dilemma we have. We meaning our clients at times, our investors at times, they don't have that difference knowledge. So it is our duty to explain them what is the difference between savings and investments. That's the third stage. And then, of course, you have to grow that money. You have to beat inflation. So whatever slides or whatever points we are discussing here, everything is falling in place if you see this pyramid. And finally, the last thing is, after growing that money, you must be feeling very happy for yourself. You have to make others happy, lead a very beautiful life with the help of money, and definitely distribute that money in such a way that it is respected even after you leave this world. So that's what is this pyramid and the slide is teaching us. So as a mutual fund distributor or a financial advisor, it is our duty to explain our clients about all these important aspects in their life. So if you see here, protection meaning life insurance, non-life insurance, obviously cash flow management, which is emergency funds. Then accumulation is you have to do your goal-based financial planning, risk profiling, asset allocation play a very important role, portfolio rebalancing. And then in distribution, your succession planning, estate planning, wills, nominations, trust, etc. So this is what is your holistic goal-based financial planning and duty as a mutual fund distributor or a financial advisor. So can anybody tell me how risky is equity and how risky is fixed deposit according to you? Can we compare these two products? I don't think so. There is no point comparing because they both are completely different products. But at times, people do compare it and they have no idea what they are doing with their own hard-earned money. So please remember, of course, after 31st March, after the new regime and new law, there are certain debt mutual fund schemes and few other products which must have become a little bit less attractive. But still, it has lot many advantages, and you have to decide what particular product or scheme will suit your client. Well, equity is the heart of our our investment, and everyone knows that. And I need not explain you why equity. But before that, let me also tell you that we have to maintain three baskets. So when I showed you the pyramid, when I spoke to you about various aspects of money, we also have to understand that no product is good or no product is bad. We have to put that particular product in such a way that it is absolutely beneficial to our clients and they make the best use of it. Of course, you have to consider their age, risk-taking capability, and their dream and goal, what exactly they want to achieve with the help of that investment. So if you are clear about these three things, you are giving absolutely justice to your client's hard-earned money and, of course, to your job. So three baskets meaning one is your emergency fund, that goes without saying. So at least your 6 months income, you should invest in some product asset class wherein you can take that money even on Sunday or even on any day. So liquid mutual fund you can consider. And if you're in business, then at least your 3 months expenses, the bare minimum expenses of your business, you must keep it aside as an emergency fund requirement. And this is how you can manage your short to medium cash flow if in case something goes wrong. This other three baskets are, first one is tax planning basket. So this session is also for tax planning. I would like to explain you in detail few slides on tax planning. But before that, there are two regimes everyone knows. The first regime we will discuss in detail because that's the only that is where you can invest in few products, and that is where we can have some discussion on returns and stuff like that. The other tax regime requires no discussion because you just have to pay your taxes as per the slab and as per your income. The power of compounding, I'm parking here. I will show you at the end the calculator and the tools which we are going to show you, and during that phase, we will explain you further in detail the power of compounding. So before we go into mutual fund, let me first explain you the three baskets which we were discussing. So the tax planning is wherein you can save your tax, you can pay your tax accordingly. And of course, tax planning is not just to save your tax, but it's also to grow your money if you can. Why not? So under section 80C, PPF versus ELSS comparison, you must know, and you must be able to explain to your clients why ELSS, why not PPF, or why PPF and why not ELSS. Everything is good provided it suits your client. That's the only comment here. So obviously, when you invest in PPF, 1.5 lakh for say 15 years, and if you get say 8% kind of a return, you make close to 40 lakhs plus, completely tax-free and tax exempted at the time of maturity on 16th year. At the same time, if you invest in ELSs, obviously you get say 15 to 18% kind of a returns. If you get, I mean, there's nothing which is fixed, of course, we all know. And if you hold on for 15 years. So what you are doing as a financial planner here, that you're just trying to understand the psychology. Somebody had written on the chat box that we want to understand the investor psychology when we design their portfolio. And it's so important that we understand them. So if their mindset is only fixed, no risk taking, nothing, then obviously PPF is good for them. But if you can explain them the advantages of just investing, say 5,000-10,000 rupees, even if not more, just certain amount, I think you have done a fairly commendable job, because you have taught them that not just PPF, but instrument like ELSs will grow your money also. It's not only about tax planning or saving tax. So this is what is nothing but you're managing their psychology, their risk taking capability. At the same time, you are introducing new product to them, and obviously you're beating inflation in long term, and I think it works wonderfully well. So whenever somebody is in dilemma, I just tell them that try for at least say some amount which is not very difficult for you to take decision or change. So if you start this way, I think you can onboard many new clients who are having a very old-fashioned mindset, but at the same time, slowly, steadily, you are introducing them to a very relevant products, which is must for them. And I think it's a very futuristic. So obviously 50,000 rupees more, you can invest in NPS also. But before I forget, if that investor invests in ELSs for 15 years, because what you have to say is that when you can invest in PPF for 15 years, and if you can hold on, why can't you hold on in ELSs for 15 years as well? So that is where your role comes, and that is where you will have to manage their psychology, that if they are scared, you'll have to manage their fear and all these things. So the moment you will explain them that, I think it will work wonderfully well. So if somebody is investing 1.5 lakh in ELSs for 15 years, he or she may make more than 1 crore. And we already explained you what is power of compounding, right? So we all have understood that compounding play a very, very big role as far as convincing the client on a calculator or on a number. Let me tell you one thing here, that when you use any tool, when you play any game, when you explain them with hardcore numbers and facts and reality, and when you teach them something which is futuristic, when you scare them little, when you handhold them little, I think it works wonderfully well. So it's the combination of all these things, and that's why I think the kind of tools, the kind of knowledge series, the kind of presentations which are available here, you must make the best use of it. And that is what my experience is. It really works wonderfully well. The second basket is, of course, protection planning basket. We will discuss about that basket in the future slide. We have a detailed slide on that. So let us discuss about mutual fund right now, because wealth creation, the best product which we all have is mutual fund. And obviously for various reasons, because it's highly liquid, low cost, it is very transparent, 24/7 you can see what's happening with your money, very easy for explaining some client of yours, because everything is readily available on the tip of your finger, very convenient, flexible. And of course, you can start with as low as 500,000 rupees a month, which is really good. There are certain tax benefits, which one of them, which we already spoke about. And of course, long-term capital gain tax, short-term capital gain tax also is there, which we will discuss in future slides. But basically, personally, I feel that there is no other product for a retail investors like you and me, uh, which is mutual fund. Of course, many of your clients would love to invest directly in equity, would love to invest in real estate, will go for FD, post office schemes. Respect those clients' mentality and respect those products also. But at the same time, we have to continuously emphasize and teach them why mutual fund is extremely important for them. And here are the advantages. So there are usually 3-4 types of schemes. One is a liquid scheme, which we already discussed, wherein you can park your emergency fund. Then we have debt schemes, which is short-term duration. So if your time horizon is 1 day to 1 year, then liquid mutual fund scheme. If your time horizon is 1 year to 3 year, then debt mutual fund scheme. If your horizon is 3 to 6 years medium term, then you should invest your money in hybrid scheme, which is the combination of debt and equity. And if your horizon is anything long term, like 10 year, 15 year, 20 years, then you should invest your money in equity schemes, equity mutual fund schemes. So this is how you can divide, and this is how you can map your investments to your goals. And we are continuously discussing on goal-based financial planning. That's why this is very, very important. Map your investments to your goals with the time horizon and of course the expected returns, so that you can achieve that particular dream or goal. So this is how you have to uh, design the goal-based portfolio or the financial plan for your clients. So 1 day to 1 year liquid mutual fund, 1 year to 3 year debt, 3 to 6 years hybrid, and anything above than that we can consider equity mutual fund scheme. So when I spoke to you about tax planning, protection planning, wealth creation planning, why do we manage wealth creation basket? Can anybody write in the chat box? Why do we manage the wealth creation basket? See, for tax planning, because we want to save tax. Protection planning, because we want to protect ourselves and our near and dear ones in case of any emergency. Emergency fund, because we want to manage our cash flow, short-term cash flows at times. And if something happens if something happens which is not in our control, to achieve future goals, very nice. But why? Yeah, so achieve dreams and goals. Excellent, Alok. Can anybody please write, why do we maintain wealth creation basket? For retirement stage. Excellent. Superb, Dhaval. So we are doing for retirement planning, we are managing a wealth creation basket for achieving our future dreams and goals. Anybody else? Why we should maintain wealth creation basket separately? All right. So your midlife planning. How many of you all know that there is something called, peaceful, tension-free living? Wow. Which means you want to live your life on your own terms. Wow. Stress-free life. And if you want to retire early in life, I meet so many youngsters, they all want to retire at the age of 40 and they want to do something which they are passionate about. So there is something called midlife planning, isn't it? Yeah. And your retirement planning, your children planning, live life king size. Yes, of course. Why not? So one more very important aspects, which maybe we all are not writing here. Don't destroy my retirement fund for short-term needs. Absolutely. So that you're so right. I mean, completely agree with you. So one more very important thing, which is our social work, charity, giving back to society, spreading happiness. This is also a very, very important goal, which everyone wants to do, but somehow or the other, time, money, or maybe the focus is not there. But if you ask anybody, they all want to do something or the other good for the society. They want to definitely give back. So please remember one thing, goal-based financial planning if you feel you can have some space, some time, some money, some thought process for this concept, do that. Please do that, because this is extremely important to plan. Also, midlife crisis or midlife planning, many of us, we forget. Most of us, we do our retirement planning and our children planning. But what we forget is our own midlife plan. So please don't forget that. That's a very important stage in everyone's life. And we may need lots and lots of money for that confidence and for that stage. Of course, and children planning, it goes without saying. And whatever you all have written, completely agree with you. Flexible and comfortable life. So remember, the message over here is that keep your tax planning basket separate, emergency fund separate, protection planning separate, and wealth creation basket separate. That is what is the main message I'm giving you here. And the moment you keep all these baskets separate, obviously you will choose the right kind of product. You will fit in the that particular investment the way you want the money in future for that particular dream or goal. So the chances of taking a wrong product or not understanding what to buy for achieving that particular dream or goal is quite less. Everything is on an autopilot mode, process driven, and works wonderfully well. So everything is written here, and I've just in a very very easy way, I've explained you how you all can do that. So you have to take baby steps, and that we will explain you in the last with the help of a calculator. So SIP also is something which is very dear to my heart, and everyone knows that roti kapda SIP or makan ho gaya hai abhi. So मैं आपको, before I go ahead, I would love to show you one SIP calculator. Which will also help you understand the power of compounding. Can anybody, everyone can see the calculator? If somebody can just put it in the chat box, yes. Yes, thank you so much, Sudhir. I'm so happy you all are quite active and alert. Okay, so I'm putting here, say 3,000, right? So as I mentioned to you that we all are going to work for 30 years, right? 25 to 55 or maybe 30 to 60. 30 highly productive years wherein we are going to earn money. And maybe if we live for another 25, 30 years, which is till 85, then we have retirement stage of another 30 years. So this is what is the 30-30 challenge, which we all discussed, right? So if I just put here 3,000 rupees for 30 years, and if you get a 15% CAGR returns, I'm okay to even put 12% because we are not here to show you any percentage or number. We are here to only explain you the concept of SIP, power of compounding, long-term tax implications if it is beneficial to you, process-driven approach, and calculation really helps you in planning. So if you do 3,000 rupees per month and if you get say 12% for 30 years CAGR, you make almost close to how much you're making? 92 lakhs. So almost you can say 1 crore. Now, if I start my SIP just 5 years late, you want to see the regret of 5. Your money is half, 50% is gone. So this is what is the regret of starting late, and you have to explain this to your clients. And this you can only explain them through way of calculator or, showing them numbers or playing the chakris or any tools. Because otherwise they will never understand that what is the regret of 5. If they start 5 years late, what kind of money they are going to lose. One more thing, you also have to explain them that anything which you invest in, say 7-8%, so your 1 crore has become 35 lakhs rupees. So this is the difference, in 7% and 12%, 13%. So it is worth considering 12 to 13% kind of a return in long term. Why not? Calculated risk is always allowed, isn't it? And you must try hard for convincing them, because this is absolutely win-win for each one of us. And now quickly I'll show you the journey. So in 5 years, you made 2,62,000. In 10 years, 7,89,000. In 15 years, around 18 lakhs. Now, if you see, after 15 years, every 5 years, your money is becoming double. So your compounding started working. Now, if you see, the magic begins, So from 15 to 20, your 18 lakhs has become 39 lakhs, double almost. From 20 to 25, your 39 lakhs has become double, 82 lakhs. From 25 to 30, double. So this is, I have put 15%. See, percentage, you can put anything. I'm not here to show you what kind of returns this particular product asset class will generate. What I'm teaching you here is the concept of compounding, how it works, how it gives you returns, what exactly is something which you have to explain your client, So this is what it is. After 15 years, every 5 years, your money becomes double. And after 15 years, your compounding starts wonderfully well. 80% of your returns are generated in the initial 15 years of your investment. So starting early is very important. You must definitely emphasize a lot on that. I'm sure you all are doing. But from today, do it even much more strictly. That is what I'm trying to teach you. And amount does matter. Instead of 3,000, if you do 5,000, obviously it is like almost 3 crores. If you do 10,000, and I have a slide in my presentation that 10,000 rupees can give you so much if you invest, per month. So it's almost 5 crores, 63 lakhs. So this is how compounding is wonderfully working for all of us if we understand it in a very simple way. So what I'm trying to teach you here is that make all your explanation very, very simple, because no client would like to understand anything which is complicated, then they will say, I leave it up to you, I have full trust on you. So they are not here to really understand the Sharpe ratio or the beta or the risk or the top 10 holdings or what the market outlook is. To a great extent, they've outsourced that with us. So let us restrict ourselves looking at their, need. I think we should start taking some responsibility of not telling them too much, but just emphasizing on strict way that you do this much. I'm telling you that authentication is very, very important. And this is how you can manage their psychology for sure. The moment you are strict with them, they respect you. So I've already explained you a lot through calculator, but this slide is also extremely beautiful. So if you start just 2,000 rupees SIP per month, 8, 12 and 18% we have shown here. Wow, almost 7 crores in 35 years if you get 18% kind of returns. Amazing. And I was mentioning about this 10,000 rupees per month. So one very important technique here is that we always talk to our clients or investors about investing money. But we never ever talk about how they can withdraw, why they should withdraw, how they should enjoy their life. So please teach them about withdrawals, teach them about taking money back and enjoying also. It's not always about compounding. It's not always about investments. So this is where if you just explain them that 10,000 rupees a month, if you invest at various intervals. I mean, look at this slide, such a beautiful slide. And if you explain this, this is so emotional, isn't it? I mean, anybody will be so much convinced if you explain them that, how they can, achieve all their dreams and goals. So in 2024, they can go for a foreign vacation. They can buy a car in 2026 by withdrawing 7 lakhs. They can send their child for a higher education in 16 lakhs redemption, and so on and so forth. 52 lakhs they can get when the child is ready for marriage. This is what is compounding. This is what is goal-based financial planning, etc. So please talk to them about achieving dreams and goals, not always about investing. So this is a very beautiful case study. Ram and Sham, they both have invested their money. Ram invested at the age of 25 and Sham invested at the age of 40. This is the difference. Ram invested only 10,000 rupees, but Sham invested more than double, like 25,000 rupees, but he is late by 15 years. So that's the sad part. Imagine Ram reached up to 1.84 crore. He invested 1.84 crores. He invested 36 lakhs and got 1.84 crores. I'm so sorry. And at the same time, Sham invested 95 lakhs and look where he has reached. I mean, he's just reached at 95 lakhs rupees, isn't it? So this is how, if you start late, it really hampers your wealth. So he invested more than Ram. He invested almost 10 lakhs more than Ram, but he achieved like almost half, That's the sad story. So these are the tax planning instruments and the returns, tentative returns, and the lock-in period. So in EPF, until you retire, around 9% you get. In PPF, around 7.5% you get. 15 years lock-in. Senior Citizenship Savings Scheme is a very beautiful scheme. You must consider this for the retirement people. It gives you around 8.5 kind of a returns for 5 years lock-in. Life insurance policies are also there. If you feel that taxation angle really helps them up to 5 lakhs, then you can definitely choose that and you can advise them. ELSS, I already spoke to you in detail. ULIP is also emerging because of the taxation angle. Again, 2.5 lakh rupees per year, which is 20,000 rupees per month. If you can convince, it's absolutely not a bad idea because it is giving you completely zero tax returns. And suddenly ULIP is also come in flavor. And of course, home loan, etc. is right now not applicable. And these are the other tax benefits. According to me, no need to, actually master all these things because taxation is under Section 80C, either ELSS or PPF, or at the most 50,000 more in NPS. And then you just have to manage the overall their loans and restructuring debt, etc. So when a person is having a home loan, at least 10% of his EMI, you should request them to start SIP. So that when the home loan gets over, the house is in his name, but the money which he has paid along with interest is not going to come back, right? So if he starts at least 10% SIP simultaneously of his EMI amount, at least when the EMI, etc., everything loan is repaid, he has substantial amount with him as a liquid with him, So it works really well. So EMI versus SIP is something which I really vouch for. Also, top up of your SIP is really very good. I mean, 10% top up SIP if you do when you start the SIP, he is almost 3.5 to 4 times rich compared to the simple plain SIP. I mean, fixed SIP. So obviously, it works wonderfully well. And if your portfolio is not very complicated, top up really makes difference. I mean, large cap, mid cap, multi cap, it's no brainer, you must top it up. If it is complicated, then please think twice before topping up, because then you'll have to stop and you'll have to restructure every 3 years. So it depends how active or how passive you are in your portfolio management. That is what I'm trying to teach you. Well, so the key learnings are have positive attitude about money, power of compounding and benefits of starting early. Well, I always feel that you have to be very simple and focused and very, very clear vanilla product like term insurance, never mix anything. But there is nothing which is 100% foolproof. So if you can manage, if you have that knowledge, if you can explain, and if you feel that that's good for your client, then yes, of course, you can go ahead. Health insurance, you must do properly. Emergency fund is must for you. Goal-based financial planning is really, really important. Nothing else is more important. So before I move ahead, I think I would love to show you some tools. And can I request Sajid, please, if you can show some tools, my team member. So, and also last year I personally had attended the conference, third Financial Freedom Fraternity Conference in Mumbai. And this year also, fourth FFF conference is happening, 2023. And I'm really looking forward because we meet such quality speakers, quality members, mutual fund distributors, so much of knowledge sharing, and it is a different experience altogether. So one must definitely come forward, especially out of Mumbai, people should surely come because it's a different experience altogether. It is in the association with Economic Times, again, a very high stature event. And it is at JW Marriott, Sahar, Mumbai on 30th September to 2nd October 2023. And we have good speakers, like one of them is CK Kumaravel, whom I personally know. He is an excellent speaker. Whenever I listen to him, I get charged. He's such a good motivational speaker. Dr. Piramal Merchant is there. I think Neelam ma'am is there. I'm really looking forward to meet all these speakers in person and listen to them. So please, I request all of you to come forward and join this conference for sure. And at the end, maybe Nishant or somebody from the team can play the video and show you the other extraordinary features of the conference. So I have already shown you power of compounding, SIP, etc. tools, starting early. So many things we today discussed, right? I think investor psychology, investor mentality, what are the three baskets, how we can make it very simple and easy for them to get convinced, various things we have discussed today, tax planning, protection planning. So in protection planning, I would highly request all of you to at least design term insurance, which is simple vanilla product, mediclaim, critical illness mediclaim, cancer specific mediclaim, accidental coverage, non-life insurance, and of course, succession planning, will drafting, extremely important. You must definitely do that perfectly. So can we show some tools here? Yes. So we have, you all can see here, I've already explained you the SIP calculator, how SIP works, how power of compounding works. PPF versus ELSS is also there. I've already explained you that. Maybe one retirement planning calculator, if we can show, or human life value calculator, whichever we can show, it will give them some idea. Yes. So if you can see here, human life value calculator. So these are all very, very beautiful calculators. And I'm sure you all enjoyed when I showed you SIP calculator, right? And so many ways you can show them in a very simple way, and numbers never lie, I feel. And numbers, when you show, I think it works wonderfully well. So if you see here, your ideal life cover is what you can show. So if your clients are not adequately covered, it is your duty to definitely explain them what best they can do to fill up that gap before it's too late. And these are certain beautiful calculators which you must definitely use and show it to them. Maybe PPF versus ELSS also we can quickly show, because I've explained them that concept and it's quite registered in their mind.
Rajesh, you can just move the cursor and show how the figures change in the human life value.
Sorry, Kanak, we are not able to hear you.
Human life value calculator. You can
Yeah,
just
human life value. Yeah, okay.
from 1% expected income, if it is going up, then you see how the not
Yeah.
If you move it a little bit.
Yes.
More. But you are increasing the life expectancy. And number of years, if you increase, see there, number of years.
Your ideal life cover is also changing.
Number of years.
Last one, yeah.
The more you make, the ideal life coverage or your human life value keeps going up. Because that's about how many is there. And this is like for income method. There is also an expense method at the top. So people can calculate the human life value based on the expenses and also on the income. There are two methods. Once you read and understand that human life value thing, you will understand. So we can just experiment and you can download and make a branded presentation with your client's name and your details, and you can share it with them.
So thank you, Mr. Hariharan, Mr. Dinesh. You love this PPT. The all credit goes to none other than Mr. Kanak Jain, because I've just taken the PPT from the site. So all these PPTs, all these tools, you all can definitely use it. And that's the main purpose of this session.
Yeah, PPF and ELSS is also good, which Alpa was explaining also.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can just share what is the difference. Okay. You can put SIP. I think SIP is a better way. You see SIP putting 50,000 every month, every year.
Thank you, Dipali. Wow, I've started getting so much of good comments already.
You can write 15,000 rupees. No, 1,50,000, sorry.
1.5 lakh every year.
Yeah. And then you write the start date. Just type the date in that, no? 0101, maybe 2016. And then today, this one you can write today. Click the last one.
So just put for last 15 years, it will show you a fantastic return, which is an eye opener. Take any amount
Now
and show that.
search. What happened? Where did they go?
So all these calculators are so good and important for us to show now when we are designing their goal-based financial plan. So most of the things I think we discussed, ELSS versus PPF, SIP, I think then we also top up SIP, I think we can show that also. Kanak, we have top up of SIP here? Okay, so that also in future we can do.
No, it's there. No, Upinder, I think he shared that in his presentation.
Yeah. So basically, okay, so what we are trying to convince you is that please make the best use of all these beautiful tools which are available. Even I am supposed to use quite a few of them. I've also started using very late, and it's my bad luck. But now I've realized that how important these tools are. So whenever I'm explaining anything to any of my client, when I'm using all these tools, calculators, it becomes very easy for us, for sure. So any questions and anything which if you feel I should have covered, but I'm not explained you, please feel free, more than happy to answer them. Once again, thank you all so much for joining.
Alpa was speaking about Kumarwell, Dr. Parimal, and also. So friends, this is there. There are a lot of games which is already there. As you all can see, we have so many games, volatility game, the technical analysis, debt volatility game. Maybe slowly and gradually, all of us together, one by one, we will be sharing this with you as we have been doing that in some or other cases. We have just done, in this series, we have already played VG 2.0 and asset allocation game. And others are also there. These are certain games which you can buy from the website also. They are very economical. And Dare to Win, we are doing this for 6 cities now, which is Nagpur, Surat, Guwahati, Indore, and 2 more cities. Nasik. So we are doing this for all the cities. So this is a very, very important slide again, which each and every game will help you to determine the asset allocation, the dynamic asset allocation. So try to attend all the games so that no, with this we can make an analysis. So that's what. And last but not the least, friends, again, sharing that you can be a part of this conference. This is the pricing, but for now it is at a reduced rate. So please do go to the website, and if you want, we have 151 seats left. You all can register. With this again, thank you so much, Alpa. And anybody has anything else to add to whatever Alpa has shared? Any other additional wisdom? Please do share. Thank you so much, Alpa.
Thank you, Sudit, Swati, Vikas. Thank you so much. Everyone loved the PPT, I think. So that's nice.
Can you send the PPT, madam, on the group if you can?
Because it's there. The PPT is there.
No, which you made. Because that may not be the exact PPT which you made. You must have taken parts.
Kanak.
If you can.
There are so many other PPTs on the
dashboard.
The PPTs over, I think, 30, 40 PPTs are there. Please go through them.
I have not done anything. I've just taken the PPT and imagine, and I'm so happy that most of you were not knowing this. So the entire credit goes to, I'm again repeatedly telling that maybe we are not aware, we are not making the best use of whatever is available to us by this Kanak and volatility game.
Thank you. Thank you.
PPT is there. You search now.
And our next session is on wills and estate planning. Girish from Chennai will be teaching that. And our capacity is 100. So please do join before that. Otherwise, you will have to be on the waiting. And Girish is an amazing speaker, amazing volatility coach, like all of us. Look forward to see you all. Anything anybody would like to add? Maybe Upinder, Nareshji, or anyone? Session was just wow, boom. And when we all are very happy, we write boom in the chat box.
Thank
the
you.
speaker.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you, Alpaji. That was amazing session.
Thank
And as one of the participants also wrote it, the PPT was very lucid. So the transition from one concept to the other concept was fantastic. And I think we all should adopt the 30-30 challenge and also the 3 buckets which you talked about. I think that makes life for everyone easy. One is the tax bucket, one is the protection bucket, and the last but the most important, the wealth bucket. So I think that's something which is phenomenal and put it in a very, very small, very simple way, I would say. So thank you so much for that. And again, to all the members, I would request, as Alpaji has also said, about the conference. Last year's conference was fantastic. Not just the place, I think the atmosphere, the weather also was in our favor last time. at the resort. It was a fantastic one. So this year also, I'm expecting it to be much more better than that. And we have lined up the speakers who are lined up are amazing. So guys, just grab the opportunity, and we are definitely at a discounted price. So I think we can go for it and register. And remember, in my presentation, I've told about sale. We Indians, we love sale. So now the sale is going on for the seats. So please do register yourself for getting more and more of knowledge. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Upinder. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. With this, we are done. Recordings will be available. Bye-bye. See you Thursday.